Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm going to make a quick video now about, how are we going to deal with this next bull market, right? There's a few ways that we've speculated about doing it. Buy, hold and stake being one of the most easiest ways to handle a full, well, let's just say a full cycle, whether it's 2 or 3 years worth of general upside momentum. You're accumulating interest on the crypto that you hold, and so they're having your eyes on the prize, whether you've bought at this low or these lows or these lows, and you sail it all the way up to here, earning what, anywhere between, I suppose, 2 and 10, or some coins even 20 or more percent APR of the crypto that you own, and all the way up to the top where you, well, probably don't sell, obviously, but where you'd like to sell. Same applies over here. But now altcoins have really become something very special. I know that they're not very popular right now, and this is usually one of the best times to think about buying. I'm not saying buy it, I'm just saying when the sentiment is absolutely low, which is not that low right now. But when prices have fallen 90, 95, 98, 99%, obviously people aren't particularly interested. But that's normally, if it's something that you're interested in, something that you believe in, should I say, investing in, that's usually a good time to do it. And a lot of platforms give us the opportunity to buy, hold, and stake, so earning APR on the balance of the crypto that you own. So let's just say you bought $10 worth of, I don't know, Chainlink or whatever. You can stake it for, I don't know, 1%. It's a poor example. Something like Matic, for instance, you bought $10 of Matic and stake it for 10%. Or Atom at 10%. These got high staking returns. Then let's just say you do a 10x on that over the next 2 or 3 years. You add to that another 30% from the APR that you've got. So your $10 that you put in is effectively $13. 10x that, instead of $100 return, you get $130 return. So it's kind of a no-brainer. You put it in that respect, And I've made videos in the past about where this would be a good place to do it. In a nutshell, it depends on the crypto that you're wanting to stake. Arguably the better one, the more trusted one, and the easier one to use is SwissBorg. So there's links in the description below for that. They've got a lot of options to stake in there. You don't have to lock it up for months at a time. You lock it up for periods of indefinitely, but you can release it within a 24-hour period. You can also do it at Binance. Crypto.com has a lot of staking rewards on it as well. The list is endless, but I would personally say that from all the ones that I've looked at since the summer when I was planning this new bull market, SwissBorg actually did come up as probably the more reliable and easier to use and safest as well. So that's one thing, and again, links in the description below for that particular video I made, or maybe a little floating link above me now. The second thing I was talking about on the Patreon on Friday, because we were talking about that, exactly this topic, but I thought I'd share it with you all now, is that there is one other thing that you could think about doing, which is setting up an infinity grid bot on a platform called Pionex. So we use bots. There's bots all over the place. We've used Bitsgap for years now with really good results. Bitsgap is a grid bot, so you can set up a grid bot pretty easily. You can have a very large grid range, but you're kind of limited to that range. And so if you're looking to set up a bot which is going to last several years, the best bot that I've seen on anywhere across any platform is actually from Pionex, and they have this thing called the Infinity Grid Bot. Now I'll leave a link in the description from a video that I made 2 or 3 years ago when I used that, and where I doubled my money in about a month or something like that, using being in a bull market, but using the Infinity Grid Bot. Now, in hindsight, if I'd have left that bot running for a much longer period rather than cashing out, and taking it to the bank or whatever, if you could go back in time and set up an Infinity Grid Bot, the best time to do it would be at the beginning of a bull market for the duration of a 2 or a 3 year period. Arguably, you'd want to be doing it with a crypto to crypto bot. So we're talking a Bitcoin pair or an Ethereum pair, and you would just allow that bot to meander up and down, up and down, up and down for a 3 year period, and you cash out when things start to get really, really exciting in a parabolic peak, like what we see at the end of these parabolic runs, which is not likely to happen for quite a while now, to be honest with you. If we think about the next parabolic peak, we're talking like mid 2025. So we've got a couple of years worth of price action to go, which means a lot of grids getting filled, a lot of bot profit being made. And again, if you don't understand about the bots, I'll leave obviously the videos that I'm referring to, but I'll also leave my tutorials playlist, which is on my channel, about grid bots. These are all Bitsgap, but the same thing applies to Pionex, but the Pionex Infinity Grid Bot is easier in a way to just allow to run. I've actually set these up years ago for children in my family, so nieces and nephews and things, and I set up these Infinity Grid Bots with the idea that they will run until they're 18. These kids, they're anywhere from 10 to, well, the youngest one is 1 year old. Their mums and dads set them up in these accounts. I give them $500 and we just let it run. So, and they've worked really well. I mean, even throughout this entire bear market, since the time I set it up until now, one of the boys, their money is quadrupled, and everyone's at least doubled their money. At least, and again, we're talking years, but yeah, in hindsight, the best time to set up an Infinity Grid Bot would be at the beginning of a bull market. And if this is what we're sort of looking at now, the early stages of a bull market, with a projection of much higher, or even back up to the previous high, basically over a period of 2 or 3 years, then Infinity Grid Bot would be an absolute gem to have. And again, it's like it's an investment perspective, but running through trading bots. So instead of earning staking rewards or interest, you're basically earning bot profit, which would actually generate way more than staking rewards. And rather than using a grid bot on something like 3Commas or I don't know, even the inbuilt ones that you've got on that these exchanges have, the Pionex Infinity Grid Bot is an inbuilt bot that you use within that exchange. It's free, but it would work out very, very nicely over a 2 or a 3 year period. So I'm going to leave all the links in the description below, and just something for you to think about. I urge you to watch the videos that I did on those on that specific bot, and if you can just try and imagine what that bot would have been like if I'd have left it for a couple more years, even up until this point right now, this exact point right now, it would still have been generating profit throughout the bull market and the bear market, because you set it up at such a low period in time that it hasn't even come down. I remember setting that bot up that you'll see in the video when Bitcoin was, I think, 16,000, maybe even lower. So there is absolute huge benefit to thinking about using one of these bots and leaving it to run for a 2 or a 3 year period. Anyway, it's just a little tip, just a little thing to think about. Links in the description below. Buy, hold, stake, Infinity Grid Bots, whatever you choose, or maybe even just a hodl. But if you're going to hodl it, you might as well stake it. If you're going to stake it, you might as well do it on a decent platform, a trusted platform. Right, I'll leave it with you there, but thank you for watching, guys. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.